Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about my purchase. I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Yay! I want to talk about my purchase journey for Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse. All right. So I will tell you right now, this is a very hard fall. Autumn, fall season, foliage, leaves turning, right? Fall. Although I guess maybe this is a fall, right? I don't know about you guys, but the Garibay family's struggling in these times, man. There are not a lot of money, right? So, like me selling an $80, Planescape Adventures in Multiverse is $80 for the physical digital bundle. Now, first of all, I think $80 is that. I think what's happening with these digital physical bundles is that you're getting the early access and the digital for free, because I think this is MSRP, and they're just like, hey, here's and it's not a PDF, it's a hyperlink platform. Like, here's the super cool hyperlink platform, right? Which is D&D Beyond, right? So it cost me $80, and I just wanted to talk to you about this. Here's my purchase journey, and I appreciate you guys discussing. I now discuss my purchase journey for every D&D product I buy, right? Because I want to, and the reason why I'm doing this is I want to know your purchase journey, right? Did you ignore this and not buy it, right? Are you going to buy it for cash at your FLGS and then you don't? What are you going to do? Do you not have the digital version? What? I love this level of detail, right? And also, Dungeons and Dragons is part of our life, right? So that purchase journey is part of our literal physical experience, right, with Dungeons and Dragons. And there's emotions wrapped up into it, and there is all kinds of stuff, and there's an intellectual puzzle of what's the best way to get this, right? So I needed to buy, so I just bought it 2 days ago, right? And I only bought it less than a week before the digital early access is available. So the early access comes on October 3rd. I bought it on September 29th, right? So just a few days before it would be digitally available. And that's not normal. Normally, I'm buying a month and a half out, right? So this was very close. And it had to beat out another product purchase that I very much wanted to make. And that was, so this was $80, right? And I did make the purchase, but I'll tell you where I got the money, because that's a little complicated too. But this, I could buy on Amazon. I could have bought 2 more physical copies of Marvel Multiverse RPG, and then I would have 4 physical copies, and I would have a physical copy for every single player at the table, right? Actually, I wouldn't, because I got more than 4 players, but I need those physical Marvel Multiverse RPGs, because I have lots of people who are interested in playing, and no one who's ever even seen the product, right? Because, first of all, this thing is not on, there are not many FLGSs, and this is not available in Target and Walmart the way Dungeons and Dragons is, right? So getting a hold of a Marvel Multiverse RPG book, you have to be dedicated. And I have players who still haven't bought the hardback, right? And probably won't, right? So that's a whole thing, right? Okay, so let's get into this. I chose to buy this over buying 2 physical copies of the Marvel Multiverse RPG for $76 through Amazon, right? So whole ball of wax, but let's keep it moving here. All right, so I did choose to buy this over another TTRPG physical product I wanted, right? And I prioritized D&D and did it. So first of all, let's talk about this being $80, all right? So first of all, let's talk about the monies of J. Scott Garibay, So I get $60 from my wife every 2 weeks. She has 100% control of all the money. I literally don't know where our money is, right? We have money in different places all over. She handles all of it. Every single possible thing I can put into my wife's name, I put into my wife's name. And I literally, at this point, can't even pull out cash, right? She gives me my cash every 2 weeks, right? And the Great Pandy is part of that. Is the whole thing. Because, we got used to being in the house for months, or, literally, anyway. Right, so I get $60 every 2 weeks, right, and that's my expended payment, right? That's my what's not expendable, but that's my disposable income, right? Where I can buy whatever nonsense I want with it, right? So basically, That was a good number, and it was, and that's been the same number for 10 years. I ain't got a raise from my wife in 10 years, right? So that's a little bit rough. Also, just real quick, you're like, Scott, why is your wife control all the money? Well, the reason why is if I was in control of all the money, I'd buy a bunch of sneakers. I'd buy the Kobe Bryant Nikes, right? That have the Bruce Lee octagon pattern. Like, nobody wants me in charge of the money, right? Like, and then in addition to that, and I highly recommend this to you, right? Like, if you want somebody to know that you love them, give them control of your money. Like, I want my wife to always know I love you, right? Like, I'm literally holding nothing back. And I have structured my life so that if there was ever some horrible thing that happened and we got a divorce, she's going to get everything. She's going to take me for everything, right? And I want that. I want planned destruction. My marriage is over, everything's over. Right? I don't want a plan B, right? Like, so I'm all in, right? So that's why I only get $60 every 2 weeks, right? And again, I said, like, there's a lot to talk about when we talk about D&D purchases. So I get $60, and that's great because $60, I used to get $10 back, right? Now $60 will just cover a D&D Canon hardback, and it's not even doing that now because Planescape ain't a regular D&D Canon hardback. It's 3 D&D Canon hardbacks in a slipcase with a map and a Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master screen that is setting specific, right? So I did not have enough money from my 2 weeks, and I only get that 60 every 2 weeks, right, to actually buy this. So the way I got this sold was I was like, hey, hon, I'm supposed to get $60. Keep that $60. I'm going to order Planescape, and that is going to be $20 more and $5 tax. So that's going to be $85 out of pocket. That $25, can you count that as my Christmas gift? So I had to spend my entire 2-week disposable income on this and give up my Christmas gift from my wife to get this, right? But she took the deal. She was like, bet, you're done, right? And so I ain't gonna be nothing under the tree for me from my wife. There'll be other stuff from other people. For me, I had to trade my Christmas gift in order to get this, right? So this was costly, and it was a sacrifice. And I will say right now, I love Hasbro. I love you. Dungeons & Dragons, I love you. Curse y'alls for putting Big B's, Fandelver, Planescape, Deck of Many Things in 4 months, right? Couldn't you guys parse this out throughout the year, man? Like, this is a lot, right? Like, it's bouncing right up on Christmas, man. So it is hard buying D&D right now. It is a big sacrifice for me and for my family, right? But I'm still getting every D&D Canon hardback, but I got to do it by hook and by crook, man. Like, this is getting weird, right? I had to trade my Christmas gift for this, right, for $25. And normally my wife would have got me like a $50 gift, right? So I lost $25 in this, right? Like, it was rough. It's rough. So that was my journey to purchase Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse, physical and digital bundle. I'm extremely excited. In less than a week, just a few short days, I will get digital access, and I'll be reading about the factions. I'll be reading about Planescape itself. I'll have that 96-page adventure. I'll have that 96-page setting guide. I'll have that 64-page setting-specific monster manual, and I will have that setting-specific Dungeon Master screen, which, boy, did I love that Dungeon Master screen from Spelljammer. And I love the Spelljammer set. So I am extremely excited about this. Every single word you just heard is my opinion about my purchase journey to get Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse. What did you do? I'd love to hear. I'd also love to hear your opinion on the brand new Planescape and everything that Hasbro has done with Dungeons & Dragons Planescape in 2023. Every single word of that, my humble opinion. I'm eager to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.